Well, look at you go! You've gone and taken your first step towards creative greatness. Every brilliant thing has to start somewhere, you know. And who's to say this won't go on to become the most brilliant of all things? Touch and hold your finger on top of the level badge to change its name, its picture, or, if you're feeling really daring, you can even publish it. This will let the entire Little Big Planet community revel in your creative excellence. You never know. It could be the thing that propels you into the outer reaches of Fameland. Go on. Be bold.
All right. Promote the stream, chat. So like I said last time, we're hard focusing the tutorials today. So we're just gonna chill, you know? If you're growing fond of all this logic stuff, you'll be wanting to learn all about microchips and notes, which is really handy, really, because this tutorial teaches you exactly that. Ask and you shall receive.
I am keeping them closed, Sackboy. What is this birthday surprise you have for me, anyway? I can open them now? Oh, good. A present! And that looks like a microchip. Let's open it. The R button will expand it. Whoa! You can fit tons of electronics on a microchip. Perfect if you run out of space on the gift box. And they still work exactly as if you stuck them on the box directly. Clean and uncluttered. Blissful. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can select the circuit board and resize it with the right stick. And move it about with the left stick. But wait, there's more. It's a note. Another swift press of R button to expand that and... Oh, that's lovely. An emoticon is worth 1,000 words. Well, maybe 3 or 4. Use notes to leave handy reminders to yourself or others about gadgets, contraptions, or some of the super clever clogs logic you've created. Or maybe just remind yourself where you left your house keys. They are your notes, after all, so use them as you will.
That's it? Huh. MLK? Yo, he had a dream, you know? Famous stunt quack Duck Danger takes a bow in this next video tutorial where you learn all about danger tweakers and destroyers and all at his expense. Don't fret though, it's not dangerous, at least not for you.
Sackboy, you are not being the stunt person to demonstrate danger tweakers. Mr. Danger has come all the way from Duckywood, so let's leave it to a professional, okay? Firstly, open up your gadgets page and choose the Danger Tweaker. Yes, we know it's not in your contract, Mr. Danger, but we know you'll do us this favor. Best attach a button, just to be on the safe side. You can tweak it to choose how it affects its subject, turning it into fire, electric, or plasma. Don't worry about him. People like Duck Danger eat peril for breakfast. I had a peril omelette once and gave me chronic heartburn. Now let's try a destroyer. Tough-sounding name, but let me assure you, it lives up to and beyond it. Tweaking a destroyer allows you to choose the destroy effect. If you want to destroy all the objects it's glued to, select Include Rigid Connections. Just place that destroyer on Duck Danger and stand well back. Not that it's dangerous or anything, Mr. Danger. Well, maybe just a smidge. Finally, connect that button to the destroyer. Hold still, Mr. Danger. Yes, I might need to have a brief word with my agent.
Reveal's feathered friend returns once more to her hostess lesson on gravity tweakers and material tweakers, so let's hope it's worth Duck Danger's exorbitant fee.
Listen, Sackboy. Duck Danger's last film, Webbed Feet of Steel, was a disaster. A lame duck. He's really down about it. We need to cheer him up and get him back into the public eye with an amazing stunt. And I'm going to duck on l'orange it. You in? Duck Danger? Hi! Went to see your last film. I was literally glued to my seat, sat on a huge blob of chewing gum. Hey, we're just about to talk about the material tweaker. Want to help? Of course you do. Sackboy, fetch one from the gadgets page. Oh, it's nothing to worry about, Duck, really. Well, we aren't worried. You can tweak the physical properties of your objects. Duck feathers aren't renowned for their bounce, but if we tweak them like so, we can make them more rubbery than an eraser in a hot pencil case. Oh, hush, Duck. We're just having a bit of fun. Now, sometimes you might want your object to become, I don't know, sticky. You alter the material tweaker and set it to sticky. Let's test it with a hailstorm of popcorn. Told you it'd come to a sticky end. However, To lighten this atmosphere between us, we'll fit him with an anti-gravity tweaker from the Object Tweakers section. Let's make Duck Danger so light on his webbed feet, he'll make a ballet dancer with helium Wellingtons look earthbound. Up you go. There is also a setting for controlling how quickly your object slows down, which we didn't use. How's about that, Sackboy? We lifted a major movie star's spirits. Literally.
We killed him. We killed him, dude. His limbs are all broken. Duck Danger is fucking dead. Time to learn more about what makes your Sackbots tick. Learn how to improve your Sackbots' behavior, how to get them acting, and even how to give them a voice of their own with magic mouths. Let's hope they got something interesting to say.
All Sackbots have strict behavior guidelines. It's not me, Gov. It's the law. If you want to sleep safely in your bed, set him up as a security guard with patrol behavior. With the ACT behavior, you can record your own movements directly into your Sackbot's grey matter. You only have to do something embarrassing once, but your Sackbot stooge will have to do it as often as you want him to. Play once makes him do it just the once. But you can also loop him. Loop relative makes him do it wherever he's standing. But loop absolute will return him to his exact starting point each time his embarrassment ends. Sackbots also have their own microchip. Select Show Circuit Board or press the R button to reveal it. Why not place behaviors straight onto his microchip? Good deeds, ill will, indifferent acts of blasé thoughtlessness, whatever you think of. Trigger them with sensors, but remember, it's the most recently activated behavior that controls him. So, if you set him to hostile, he may very well come after you. Oh, I don't know about hostile. Seems rather over-friendly to me. Better not put a danger tweaker on that microchip. I'd show him some respect if I were you. Give him a voice. Yes. Put a magic mouth on his microchip. Then set the actor name of the magic mouth to something urbane and witty. Now he's friendly and chatty. He's the ideal chum. Wouldn't you agree, Sackboy?
The timer and counter are two of the most useful members of your logic crew. So let's pay a little visit to them in this tutorial, shall we? Alright.
Sackboy is boiling me an egg. Let's hope he doesn't follow the instructions I gave him too literally this time. When I said, stand in boiling water for 3 minutes, I had to stop him climbing into the pan. In fact, you and safety are rarely on the same page, so we'll set up a few fail-safe devices, shall we? Dive into the advanced logic section of your gadgets page and get a counter. This counts up every time the input gets triggered. Connect up that first button to the input tab. Activating the button will get the counter going. There's also a reset tab which will return the count to 0. So put the second button on that. And of course connect the output to our danger tweaker. Tweak the counter to set the number it counts up to before it is activated. Jump on that button to turn the heat up. I'm getting the rumble tums and I'd like that egg sooner rather than later. Excellent. Remember, I like my eggs boiled to perfection, so we should set a timer. Get a timer from the advanced logic section of your gadgets page. Connect up that first button to the input tab and the second button to the reset tab. Then connect the output to the danger tweaker. Tweaking the timer is strongly advisable so you can set how long it lasts. There's lots of options for input action which change how the timer works. Let's choose on-off for now. But do try them all. They're fab. Well, our boiled egg should be done to perfection the millisecond I finish this sentence. Oh, that doesn't look good. You didn't put the egg in? Looks like it's burned water for breakfast again.
Fancy a little more unpredictability to your events? Well, this tutorial on randomizer should be right up your street then. The lesson is still in the correct order, though. Is this the Stanley Parable voice guy? It might be. I don't know. I've only played the game
There you
once,
are.
and I got the
Dishing out
baby
some
ending.
tasty vibes on your new sack decks, eh? Your light show isn't quite as disco as it could be, though, you know. Plonk down a randomizer from the advanced logic section. We'll use this to make your lights flash in groovy and unpredictable patterns. Connect its outputs up to all of your lights. In Tweak, you can set different lighting patterns according to current trends. Back in the 60s, one at a time was all we had. These days, you can toggle all night long. Tweak those on and off times to match your mad skills, or even your quite sensible ones. Wow, that's heaps better. But let's keep it off until somebody arrives. Connect a button to the input.
Hope you're doing
And
well.
the randomizer will stay off until you press the button. Notice that the randomizer's tweak menu has an invert output option. Jumping on the button now will make the randomizer do the opposite of whatever it was just doing. But, Sackboy, where's the music? What happened to all your records? You swapped them for the lights. Yes, that makes sense. Good grief.
Good grief, chat. Sackboy went through the right door. Ready to meet the fabled direction splitter and direction combiner then? Don't be scared, they're really very helpful once you get to know them. What better place to do than in this handy video tutorial. Alright.
My young sack chum has created a hypnotism device. We're just trying to work out if we can get the dash thing working. You could control it with a direction splitter, which can be found in the advanced logic section in gadgets. A direction splitter splits the signal into positive and negative signals. Connect that three-way switch to the input and the outputs to the two motor bolts. Excellent. Now you have total control over your hypnotic devices, which makes them more powerful, probably. However, for uber control, you can have one motor rotate both ways with a direction combiner. It's also in the advanced logic section and takes two inputs and converts them into one. Connect buttons to each of the inputs, like so, and connect the output to the motor bolt. And when you tweak the motor action to forwards-backwards, well, it is quite hypnotic, isn't it? making me quite giddy. Might need to sit down. Nope, I need to stand up. Phew, that was weird. I'd have gone and jumped in the river if you'd told me to there. It works, Sackboy. Sackboy? Sackboy?
What they could have done is instead of putting the second part like so far away, they could have put the screen in the middle and then put one of those on the left, one of those on the right. That way you'd still be able to see the screen while you do anything. It's kind of poor game design that the tutorial is so far away from the second bit. And that happens often with these. I'm not really sure why. Your journey through the world of logic comes to the thrilling climax in this next lesson as you learn all about the joys of the toggle and the selector. Who knows how this one will turn out.
Every evening, Sackboy crosses the dark and dangerous bridge to get to his sack chum's house. And it turns his wool grey with fear. So he's putting some lights and other malarkey up in preparation for this evening. First thing is to find a toggle in the advanced logic page in your tools bag. Toggles send a constant signal that is either on or off. Each time a new signal is received, the toggle will switch on to off or off to on. Connect a button to the toggle's input and a light to its output. Fabbo! Now when you step on dark and dangerous bridge tonight, you'll be all lit up and safe. Now remember, you don't want to be putting too many lights in your scene, or things might start going all flickery and weird. And besides, Little Big Planet is a verdant dreamscape, not a crass nightclub. For further nocturnal safety, you could make use of the super useful selector, also to be found in the advanced logic shed. Connect these 3 buttons to the selector's inputs and the outputs to your bridge lights. A selector will only ever have one, that's one, count it, one output on at a time. This way, you can turn the lights on as you cross the bridge without illuminating the lot and save the Imagisphere some energy to boot. Clean and green. So tonight, crossing dark and dangerous bridge to your Sack Chumbly's house, you'll be totally safe. And I'll be with you all the way because I'm your Sack Chumbly too. You're on your own.
Man. Nowadays, people expect to be rewarded for enjoying your fun and games. Well, needs must. So take this time to look into the score giver. The score sensor in the game ender, which isn't as dramatic as it sounds, but is still mighty useful.
A score sensor detects when a player has gained a certain score, perhaps releasing some kind of reward for high achievers. Have you anything in mind, Sackboy? Something priceless, perhaps? Gold and gemstones, exotic silks, or socks? With your face on. A game ender will teleport every player to the scoreboard, if there is one. But remember, a game ender only works in play mode. Marvelous. Some people say it's not the winning, it's the taking part. Well, some other people say, what's the point without points? And that's why we put score givers into our scenes. They're in the World Tweakers section of your poppet. Place a score giver in a tricky part of your level where you'd like the player to get a special award. Tweak it to set how many points you consider them worthy of. Or you can reward only the one lucky Saki who triggered the score giver in the first place. You're not supposed to take them for yourself.
You're looking for even more sensors? Well, where on earth are you putting all this information? Hopefully this lesson on speed sensors, rotation sensors, and angle sensors will keep you busy for a few minutes.
Sackboy's always breaking the speed limit when he's riding his sports car. Let's keep tabs on him with a speed sensor. In the tools bag, under sensors, seek out the speed sensor. We'll set the maximum speed to the Little Big Planet speed limit. Anything over this will trigger the sensor. A speed sensor will also detect which direction it's moving, left, right, up, down. If he's showing off in an elevator, we'll know about it. For now, left, right only will do the job. Let's demonstrate it. Attach the speed sensor to the direction splitter. Connect each output to a different light. Positive for the front light, negative for the rear light. Notice how fast he's going determines how bright the light is. You see, the lights are set to dimmer, and they get a percentage of the speed sensor's output signal. Oh, that little speed monster. You're Sackboy, not Speed Boy. Sackboy's always breaking the speed limit when he's riding his sports car. Let's keep tabs on him with a speed sensor. Caught up in all this carnival furore, Sackboy is building a prize-giving spin and win wheel. If you illuminate the light, you get a shiny gold coin. Look, he's got hundreds to give away. In the tools bag, in the sensor's bucket, you will find an angle sensor. The angle sensor is activated by turning it until it's pointing in the right direction. Set the trigger angle so it's nicely lined up with the design of our wheel. Okay, connect the output from the angle sensor to the emitter and the light. Nicely done. Okay, Sackboy, give it a spin. The odds are considerably in favor of the punter here. How about you only win if the wheel's spinning really fast? So only, heck, I don't know, a gym spider with one gargantuan powerful arm is strong enough to spin it and win the star prize. I know, a silly analogy, but the chances of something like that coming along would make the laws of probability bend backwards. Get a rotation sensor. This is like a speed sensor for things which spin. You can set it to detect clockwise or anti-clockwise, or in both directions. Now, put its rotation speed way up. We don't want those saps stealing all our gold coins. It'll need to go uber fast to trigger our emitter. Ooh, here comes our first chump. I mean customer. Oh, no! It's a gym spider with one gargantuan powerful arm. What are the odds against that?
One small step for a teddy bear, one giant leap for your creating skills. Yes, the controlator is really that brill. Learn how to reach the dizzy heights of space flight in this next tutorial. But remember your space legs.
Hey, you! Are you seriously going to launch that poor teddy bear into space? That's cruel. Well, he's not going to get far without a controlinator. Leading scientists have created the controlinator, bringing total power over your creations directly from the PlayStation Vita system. Press the R button over the controlinator and behold, your very own virtual PlayStation Vita system. Every functioning knob, bell and whistle on it is linked via the Imagisphere to the same button on your solid counterpart. Imagine that. Rocket science is no longer rocket science. It's easy with an advanced mover and an advanced rotator attached to your craft. Add the logic to the controlinator's circuit board to keep it neat and tidy. That's not all. We're throwing in control of both your sticks. Yes, left and right. With your cursor, connect the left stick outputs to that advanced mover. This'll make up, down, left and right a doddle. Do the same with the right stick. Attach it to the advanced rotator and your control is doubled. Teddy's in for the ride of his life. Jump into the control seat, Sackboy, and let her rip. Teddy, you have a problem. In create mode, just tap the emergency controlinator exit button to leave the controlinator at any time. The controlinator for when you absolutely positively need total control of your creations. Only available in Little Big Planet.
Learn how to get even more from your controlinator with the automatically enters, side-mounted, and remote control setting. Surely that's enough controlinating for anyone.
Has your teddy bear just returned from space, a snarling monster hell-bent on revenge due to cosmic radiation? It happens. What you need is more control from your controlinator. Using the tweak facility, it can control the raging energies of any fierce creature, even PE teachers. Automatically enter means once you're inside the trigger radius, you can ride that beast like a jet ski, show him who's boss. If set to no, you simply press the triangle button to get on board. Why not try our new side-mounted option too? It's free! And right now, we have our amazing Control One, Control Another free offer. Yes, the remote control option lets you control one controlinator with another. Tweak one to be transmitter, and the other to be the receiver. Come early and benefit from our closest player facility. The nearest player qualifies automatically. There's so much more you can do with the new improved controlinator. Did I mention tilt? Yes, feather-sensitive tilt detection is built right into every controlinator. Available now from Little Big Planet's Gadgets and Whatnots. Compatible with the very latest Sackbot technology. Just pop a receiver controlinator on their microchip, and that bot is yours to control. Controlinator. It's 100% safe. Legal disclaimer, it's not 100% safe.
When your fun stuff is just too fun for words, you may find the gameplay sequencer useful. It's worth for keeping your big moments suitably big and momentous in time to perfection.
The gameplay sequencer is the very pinnacle of technological know-how, know-what, and know-why on Little Big Planet. It will create the DNA for your most complex stories, levels, and machinery. Here's one we built earlier, plucked from the advanced logic section of the tools bag. As the playhead moves, the gadgets are triggered in precise, ordered fashion. You can jump the playhead to where the cursor is by pressing the menu button. Let's place a gadget. How about the danger tweaker? Oh, and let's tweak it so it shoots sparks, just for jollies. Up and down on the right stick will set how long you want the gadget to be active for. Get the idea? We can also tweak the sequencer itself. You can set the speed it will play, and whether you want it to loop. You can start it playing with a trigger region, or by attaching a sensor to its input. The gameplay sequencer is the very pinnacle of technological know-how, know-what, and know-why on Little Big Planet. It will create the DNA for your most complex stories, levels, and machinery. Here's one we built earlier, plucked from the advanced logic section of the tools bag. As the playhead moves, the gadgets are triggered in precise, ordered fashion. You can jump the playhead to where the cursor is by pressing the menu button. Let's place a gadget. How about the danger tweaker? Oh, and let's tweak it so it shoots sparks, just for jollies. Up and down on the right stick will set how long you want the gadget to be active for. Get the idea? We can also tweak the sequencer itself. You can set the speed it will play, and whether you want it to loop. You can start it playing with a trigger region, or by attaching a sensor to its input. Another nifty thing to use is a battery. Place one of these on the microchip and stretch it out with the right stick to determine how long it will power your electrical devices. Set the battery's strength. When it's not fully charged, it will still run devices with scale inputs like speed scale or strength scale. Yeah, no more running down to the shop trying to remember the difference between double and triple A's. Okay, Sackboy, let's see what Cheddar George can do. Perhaps the most wondrous thing I have ever seen. Sackboy, I think you're ready to become Little Big Planet's Imagineer-in-Chief. What will you create now, I wonder?
For all you musician types out there, we present the delectable music sequencer. Using a variety of sequencer instruments, you can create what is commonly known as music. Much thrilled to find out how to get started with your magnum opus.
Sackboy's pioneering the new musical genre of shampoo moco. Apparently, it mainly involves singing in the shower. Okay, let's lay down some tracks. You can get a music sequencer from the music page. The R button will open or close its circuit board. It's here you place instruments to build your fab and groovy gramophone tunes. You really have to tweak, fiddle and faff with the instruments to get your own sounds. Seriously, this is how I created off-key white noise yelling. All the kids are into it now. Press the menu button to open an instrument. Each instrument plays according to a pattern. Move the cursor around the pattern with the left stick and place down new notes with the action button. The R and L buttons lengthen or shorten your notes. Up and down on the right stick will change the volume of the note. Left and right will change its timbre, the quality and uniqueness of the instrument. It's not as complex as it sounds, and if you mess up, undo and redo with the left and right buttons. The up button will pause and play, letting you preview your musical mayhem. Once completed, you can tweak the instrument by pressing the menu button, as there may be further adjustments to key and scale you'd like to include. If your composition's becoming a magnum opus, which is Latin for a big deal, you can use the rear touchpad to pan along your sequence like so. When you're done, rearrange your instruments on the music sequencer's circuit board in any order you choose. So, can we hear what you've been composing? Take it away. No, seriously. Take it away. As far as possible. Yikes.
That shit was heat. I don't know what he's complaining about. Sleepy. This tutorial on the touch cursor will show you how to make sackcloths come running wherever your finger commands. Obviously there are many more uses than this one, but sackcloths are just so adorable.
Sackboy's about to take his souffle out of the oven, but the last one didn't come out so well. So this time he's sending in a sackbot. Or rather, you are. That's right. Using a touch cursor, you can make a sackbot follow your finger anywhere in your scene. First of all, a touch cursor only works when it's placed on a controlinator, like this one. Now, get a touch cursor. You can find one under Advanced Logic in your tools bag. Place it on the controlinator circuit board, like so. Get on board that controlinator. But, now here's a quality tip, you could tweak it to be a receiver controlled by the player. Then Sackboy doesn't need to get into it. Now, open your touch cursor and let's tag it. Get a tag from your tools bag. A green one will be perfect. That's the style. Tweak the touch cursor and you'll see there's oodles of options. You can choose which touch interface to use, touch screen, rear touch pad, one or the other, you decide. Have a faff on with it. Now, we want this sackbot to heed the lure of the touch cursor. Tweak the sackbot and set it to follow waypoint, in particular, green ones. That's it. Okay, onto the breach, dear sackbot. Well, under the kitchen. First, the cursor triggers the kitchen door. Then our trusty sackbot bounces upwards. And finally, to the souffle. Oh, my. Well, it's cheese and crackers again, then.
At this point, you're probably one of those annoying people that find complicated ideas really easy. Well, the memorizer gives your logic the power to remember things, thus rendering it as super intelligent as you are, provided you remember these lessons, that is.
The average human brain can only remember 7 things at once. That's 6 better than the average sack brain, of course. But that's why sack people invented memorizers, which save valuable information in a handy poppet-sized container. Go get one from the advanced logic bit of your tools bag. A memorizer can have up to a gazillion of inputs and outputs, but for now, we just want 3. Connect up the tag sensors to each input. We're going to transfer the position of each of these pistons over to the other set of pistons over here. so connect those up too.
Absolute cinema.
Now, it's essential all the pistons are set to positional. This permits a signal that isn't just on or off, but any value in between. Half on, for example, or half off, if you're a glass half-airy type of person. Now, just attach that button to the trigger input of the memorizer. Then we're done. Each time Sackboy hits the button, the positions of the pistons on the left are saved in the memorizer and relayed to the pistons on the right. Even if the first pistons keep moving, the memorizer keeps the values when you last triggered it. Want to hear something exciting? If you add a label, the memorizer can share values with other memorizers of the same label. But what's more, the memorizer will remember the values, even when you leave the level and come back. Imagine the possibilities. Perhaps a diary assistant who could help me remember my appointment with thingy at the what's-it-place. Oh, dear. You see what I mean?
Oh, you're still feeling a need for a challenge, are you? Well, there's all sorts of clever stuff to learn in this tutorial on advanced memorizer techniques. Once you figured it all out, there will be simply nothing you cannot handle.
Sackboy, if you read a book, you don't start on the last page. Oh, well, you do you? Well, oh, that's adorable. On Little Big Planet, however, you can ensure players progress through your levels in order with a menu level. Each time they finish a level, the next level will be unlocked. Okay, we're going to need a memorizer, so go wrest that awesome gadget from your tools bag. Place it there and let's tweak a couple of things. 3 input ports will do nicely. And give it a label. How about carrot underscore underscore carrot? That's catchy. So over here we have 3 score sensors set up for bronze, silver and gold score values. Connect the score sensors to the inputs of the memorizer. Then wire up that two-way switch so it triggers the memorizer and activates the level link. Great! This will go at the end of a level. Pulling the switch finishes the level and the player's score is saved in the memorizer. But where does the level link take us? We're going where the magic happens, the menu level.
As an undisputed master of the memorizer, you'll be wanting to learn how to create a menu for your technological marvels. So I see what you'll learn when you dip into this tutorial.
In the menu level, place another memorizer. Once again, 3 input ports will do us proud. And the label, let's give it the same rolls-off-the-tongue label as the last one. Here's the mind-shakingly awesome bit. Memorizers with the same label will all contain the very same data, even when they're on completely different levels. How? Science. Connect the first output of the memorizer to the sticker panel with the bronze star on it. And do likewise and similarly for silver and gold. The score stars in the menu level will be triggered if the player gets enough points to trigger the score sensors in the actual level. Ingenious, isn't it? The final task is setting up the link into the next scene. It's activated by a touch sensor, but that sticker panel is blocking the sensor. You see where we're going with this? The level link is effectively locked until the sticker panel is deactivated. So, connect the first output of the memorizer to a NOT gate, then from there to the sticker panel. And our menu is complete. When the first level is completed, the memorizer will be triggered and unlock the next level link. It's guaranteed to stop naughty sack personages skipping to the next level. And yes, I am looking at you.
This lesson in optimization will teach you how to keep your old chum the thermometer happy. You'll learn tricks like reducing vertices using the physicalize tool and anti-gravity tweakers, and of course when to use static and dynamic objects.
Only your closest friends will tell you you have your bowler hat inside out. Similarly, up here, only a true friend will tell you when your scene is overcrowded. And the tall fellow in the tube on the left is that friend. He's a measuring stick for productivity. He gets taller the more you build. But when he's getting too big for his tube, it's a sign you're running out of space too. You're going to need a few tricks to optimize your scene. Fortunately for you, we have lots. Sometimes you can save space in your scene by not having overcomplicated shapes in it. This means fewer vertices. You know, the dots you see when using the corner editor. Dashed useful they are, but somewhat elaborate if you're short on space. Perfect circles are the exception that proves the rule because they have no corners. But if you edit them, whoops, you'll have dots before your eyes once more. Thinking big has got me into trouble a few times, so I taught myself to think smaller but more often. If you've built a mega ginormous ultra shape, cut it up into several smaller ones. Now that's much more manageable. Even better, get rid of those bits which are off-screen and players will never see. You can tweak objects to make them static. Static objects keep themselves to themselves and don't interact with things around them. Some objects don't depend on connections with other things. You can turn these into non-solid with the dephysicalize tool. Be still, my moving parts, at least when I'm not around. Place an anti-gravity tweaker and set the dampening to 100%. Then connect up a player sensor and invert its output. Now those moving bits will be frozen when nobody's about. But walk nearer and they become active again.
Within lie even more tips on how to streamline all your lovely imaginings. You'll learn about clever use of cameras and how gadgets such as emitters and destroyers, the sticker and decoration edit tool, and music objects can really help run things as smooth as clockwork.
Ooh, stickers, stickers, stickers. The 3 S's. We all love stickers, but laying them 30 deep makes everything get gummed up. Using 1 or 2 will keep the neighborhood bright and tidy. Some things might look impressive, but they also make the thermometer level rise. You might need to cull a few sticker panels, smoke machines, holograms, and keep those atmospheric effects to a minimum. It's just an idea. Cruel to be kind and all that. When it comes to lighting, surfaces on Little Big Planet will only reflect 2 lights at the same time. More than that will be ignored, or might even start conflicting, and we don't want that. This is mood lighting, not walking off in a huff lighting. It's fab filling the Imagisphere with your own funky ditties using a music sequencer, but sometimes you just want to hear an old classic with a music object. What's more, it lets our friend in the thermometer kick back and relax a bit too. He especially likes the non-interactive tunes. Here's another energy-saving tip from the Department of the Patently Obvious. With less stuff visible on screen, the smoother and groovier your scene will run. This applies to cameras too. Zoom them in for added drama and impactfulnicity. That's not a word, but that's okay. We're all friends here. When it comes to levels, less is more. Something of a mathematical anomaly, but it's true. If you have lots of things going on in your scene, why not split it into 2 levels? Less clutter, more levels. Everyone's a winner. Like any city, it's a good idea to distribute your sackbot population if you want to avoid overcrowding. It eases congestion of the imagosphere, and you avoid saying, "Excuse me," every 5 seconds. Sackbots are intelligent beings, so don't just let them wander aimlessly. Give them something to do. Use logic and behaviors to give them specific tasks. If you record a sackbot animation, then it will carry on to its heart's content and won't expend any valuable brain power on the task. I hope you're not one of these people who leaves the telly on when you leave the room, because the imagosphere doesn't appreciate that sort of behavior. If you have some complex logic beeping and booping when you don't need it, turn it off. Wireless logic seems like a great gimmick, and indeed it is. Tag sensor and the like. But if you need extra space in your gorgeously complicated scene, then we recommend good old-fashioned wires. Oh, go on. Show them off. They work hard and deserve a bit of recognition. We've learnt so much, you and I, but the imagosphere always has more to teach. Open your mind and let your imagination run free. Make something wonderfully amazing.
Oh, we did it. That was our main goal for the day. We're not done with the stream, though. We got another hour and like 10 minutes until I end it. So, let's get some progress on the actual last world, huh? And if there's one thing creepier than a haunted mansion, it's clowns. Now you got both to deal with. She's not the happiest of souls, but she seems to have lots of friends around, so there must be something funny about her. Khaleesi? Oh my god, is she gonna be bad? Oh my god. Am I gonna have to play one-handed, chat? Oh no. Oh no.
What shall we do first? I mean, I'm quite hungry. Duck boy?
Okay, we're playing with both hands. Got it.
Oh, hello. Most people use the door, but your choice, really. My name is Mrs. Sunshine, and my trail of smiles stretches for miles upon miles. And these wonderful people are my friends. Just don't get cornered by Miriam. She's got an imaginary friend called the Puppeteer. She'll be blathering on about lost profits and stolen happiness till the cows come home. Yeah, he's real, isn't he? Bringing toys to life and all sorts. Cuckoo! Any road, I've been lost in this maze for absolutely ages. So if you're looking to get out, I thought I could tag along, you know. I know the mansion pretty well, so I might be helpful. Wanna play I Spy or something? Not you, Deirdre. You just make stuff up that doesn't exist. Said she saw some freaky fella the other day. Big old moustache, crazy eyes. She got a bit lally, if you ask me.
Was he evil the whole time? Holy shit. Okay, a mansion-themed world actually sounds really cool. I'm not gonna lie. This might actually end up being my favorite world, depending on how they go about it. Like some Resident Evil type beat. I'm totally lost. It's so dark I can't even imagine things. We have to work together if we want to get any further into the mansion. When you find a light, switch it on, I'll know where to go next. And no playing silly beggars. This is my well-being we're dealing with. This music's kind of heat, I'm not gonna lie. Those sleeping hollows, they're even nastier when they're tired. Oh. Didn't want to do that. Okay, well, that was a really short jump. What the hell? Ah, there you are. This is like a way forward. Am I stupid? Let's replay real quick, just to make sure. I feel like I already missed one of the sticker switches. But I'm on a good ace run right now, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm no longer on a good ace run. I was trying to get in that window, but the game just didn't like me doing that, apparently. Okay, so we can't... We actually can't do anything here. In this one-player game, your zombies need help to stay airborne, so do them a favor and use touch to pull back the springy platforms and send them soaring into the air. Your earn points are as long as each one is off the ground. And be sure to aim for the score pickups for some bonus points. Alright. one of these. Alright, I think I know how to do it a bit more now. A bit better. We actually did worse that time, so disregard what I just said. feel like there's a bit of luck involved. Sometimes the zombies just don't go where you need them to go. We had a strong start, but the middle was just terrible. Everything after the start was just terrible. The zombies just wouldn't go where I wanted them to. They would just stay in like this, like the fucking the fucking in betweens of the platforms, so they wouldn't get any air whatsoever. I wish there was a way to lure them somewhere, but I don't think there is. There's no way we get 2,000 points in 10 seconds. God, this I don't like these mini games in this game. I'm not gonna lie. Can one of you please just grab the sausage? Oh god, we had such a strong bit, and now we can't grab shit. Because the zombies just don't want to go anywhere. Oh, come on, dude. That is so bad. This minigame sucks! And... literally, it's just luck-based. The zombies go wherever they fucking want to go. Sometimes they'll just sit in the fucking sides, and they don't want to fucking go anywhere. You can't move them anywhere. You have no say in what the fuck they do. And if there is, they don't tell me how. Dude, they just, every fucking time, they just leave. They avoid my finger, and then they just go, they avoid the food. They don't want me to get points. Again, we can just get fucked. This minigame sucks dick. Thank you, God! Who would have thought an unkept kitchen would be so much fun? That chef would never approve. As with all hygiene hotspots, it's best to keep your gloves on. Your grabinator gloves in this case. Everyone loves playing with their dinner, so let's see if you can use those filthy foodstuffs to your advantage. Oh, whoops, we gotta fix the thing. Looks like the only way forward is to go through this kitchen. I think the chef needs a lesson in food hygiene. If I were you, I'd wear gloves. There'd be a pair of grabinator gloves in here. They'll keep you safe while you find a way through this place. Oh. Fuck. Are you all serious right now? God, this thing just feels kind of random. No! Oh, man. Oh, there you are. Did anyone ever tell you not to play with your food? Well, I think one of the stickers I missed was the sticker switch. Hard to say.
Jesus.
Yep, it was a switch trigger. We're on an ace run now. So let's just try our best not to die. Now we can go back for that later. Back for those item bubbles now. Bruh. And since we're not getting 100% completion of the item bubbles anyway, we don't even have to beat the level. You just have to get the item bubbles now. check, see if this one has the sticker switch. And if so, we could ace this one too, and that'd be pretty good. Be pretty happy with that. Alright, I think we have time for one more level. This mansion seems to be getting more spooky by the second, so you should really watch your step down here. Who knows what dangers lie in wait for the unwary gatter. Still, you couldn't wish for a more cheerful companion to keep your spirits up. Yeah, next Little Big Planet stream, we'll definitely be finishing the last world. I mean, that's a given. There's not too much left in this, like, thing. Oh, good. It's even darker than before. That should make things safer. Watch your step while you're exploring this place. I don't think it's been fixed up in a few hundred years. Oh, okay, buddy. I didn't even see the item up until we passed it. Oh, I thought that would go up like every other fucking one. Oh, I see. Bro, there wasn't anything to drop onto! That's not my fault! Oh my god, bro. The fuck? What did that do? The answer is nothing. It did nothing. Fuck. Suck at this level, Jeff. I'm gonna forget all about it. 5 years it'll take. I'm tired of all that. Well, we got a trophy out of it. Out of our terrible death streak. I was hoping to not get that by accident. As long as we march into the clutches of untold evil. Ah well, let's just pretend we're not scared and try to get through this in one piece. Six, 7! Hold on, Chad. I want to watch the cutscene. I know it's wrong to read someone else's diary, but nobody ever said you couldn't listen to it. This diary is full of juicy gossip, too. Might just make you see the puppeteer in a different light.
This tape recorder might have some music on it. But shall we have a listen anyway?
This is an account of the secret experiments of Franklin Wadsworth Emerson, otherwise known as the puppeteer.
What? He's real?
Day 1. The joy extraction process has been highly successful. I believe I have enough to bring my first puppet to life. These miserable, empty creatures are a side effect of the process. I call them the Hollows. Day 7. The Hollows and I have different ideas of success. These monstrosities are nothing like my old puppet friends. Day 13. I have decided to suspend all experiments immediately. I can hear the Hollows looking for me. Oh, please, we have to stop. You don't understand.
Stealing joy to bring puppets to life? I could have told him it'd all end in tears. Well, it's a good job he didn't take any of my joy. What use is a miserable clown?
Shut up! I don't want to read your fucking smut fan fiction. Jesus. Alright, let me check one more time to see if we got that sticker switch. If I don't, I think we're calling it for the day. So next time we play, we only have one more level we haven't beaten before the boss level. But we also need to go onto that garbage level that we did before the cutscene to get an ace and use a sticker switch. And we also have 2 more minigames. We should be able to get it done. Oh yeah, and we also need to ace the first level, which shouldn't be a problem, really. It's an easy level. And then get the sticker switch there. Use the sticker switch there. And then... yeah. We did chip away at it, at this stuff. Like, we don't have to do the second level at all. And we don't have to do the first minigame at all. We chipped away at it. So, there's no reason we can't beat this next time. At all. Unless it's just really bad. Like, I could take an hour for the first level, like the third level here. Like, acing it. And then an hour on the next level, and then an hour on the boss level, and it'd be fine. Not counting the minigames, of course, but, you know. I highly doubt that's going to take a long time. In any case, we're done for now. Also, eventually, we still have to find a way to get the servers hacked in, so we can actually play the game, like get the rest of the item bubbles. Again, that'll be a whole stream on its own, and I can't guarantee it'll be on the schedule for on the same schedule, because I'm gonna need to rely on another person, obviously, and that other person might not be available at this time, you know. So, yeah. I could catch you if I wanted to. Okay. Wait, you have to give me a head start. Where's Arlene? She can't make it? And no, I didn't bring you flowers. Boring piece of paper. Fun cat toy. Garfield, Silence! You may now speak. Am I eating because I'm bored? Yes. Being bored rocks. The only thing worse than a tofu burger is a tofu burger burp. Here, ask a dog. Why do dogs always seem to bark at 3 a.m.? That's what time the neighborhood contest starts. Thanks for joining us. Today's webinar is How to Walk on a Keyboard to Cause a Factory Reset. A cat classic. When you're in love, nothing is impossible except deciding where to eat. Pizza? How about sushi? Hey, where did Bob go? You'll see. Bob! Sup, dude? I heard good things about this place, but the food was dry. The presentation was something to be desired. The service was slow. And the waiter was unattentive and oafish. Oafish?! Also touchy. I'm going to start giving it 100%. More precisely, 10% a day for the next 10 days. Whoa! Garfield, check it out! This sock is really long. Not quite long enough. Look at this. When I was a kid on the farm, I had great birthday parties. With the piñata shaped like a cow's udder. I didn't see you yesterday, so I owed you double. Lucky me. What's that, Liz? John? You don't like it when Garfield is mean to me. John? And he should lose weight? You're talking into a sponge. Have you worked up an appetite? No. Real pros don't have to. Okay, it's been half an hour. Wouldn't want to cramp up and drown. Good morning, sunshine. Time to rise and greet this glorious day. Oh joy, fa la la. Stupid Monday morning alarm. Ow! 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 Toes. Nature's nighttime furniture finders. Dear Ask a Dog, how can I get my dog to stop eating my cat's food? Oh yes, it can be done. I have a question. Why does Swiss cheese have all those holes? So mice can play hide and seek. Remind me to switch to cheddar. What a wonderful night. In the clear sky, the cool breeze, the smell of an open dumpster. Alright. Hard to believe it, guys. In a week, we will be playing Resident Evil 9! Ain't that something, chat? And when that happens, we will no longer be spinning the wheel for probably 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how fast I can get through the game. I should be able to beat the game, like, once. Like, in 2 days tops. But, and that's a big but, you know, it's, Resident Evil is meant to be replayed multiple times. We'll have to see. Tony Hawk tomorrow, chat. GG. G fucking G.